lightning.
Well, let's kick off our celebrity show with a little insight as to what Bradley fears most about Gladiators.
Anything I'm not looking forward to. Showering with the Gladiators afterwards.
Here, you get used to it.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Bradley Walsh more than used to ducking and diving, but usually he's dodging missiles thrown by his audiences. First comes the crossbow, 10 points for hitting the target above lightning. No points there, but he'll score a point for every station reached, or 5 if he makes it to the end of the course and strikes the lower target. Bazooka. Oh, rattles the outer target, getting his eye in, and lightning still to do that. Next comes a rocket launcher. No stranger to a rocket, gets one from his wife every time he comes back late from the pub. Oh, close again. Bradley's famous in the business for his legendary scoring skills. Another station blows, and the mortar's next. Last chance at the maximum points. Bradley's so good with the mortar, he should give up game shows and become a bricklayer. Oh, ducks lightning's final salvo and enters the scoring tunnel. 5 points for hitting the lower target, and a great opening for Bradley Walsh. And fireworks for lightning. Looks good.
Bradley, you speedy little Gonzales. What were you like? Take your teeth out, love. Yes, and then what? Nearly.
And after that, it was easy.
Well done, Bradley. You picked up 5 points.
Well, it could easily have been 10. And Bradley's shooting was impressive. The rocket only inches from the high-scoring target. Also dodging lightning's last effort with consummate skill to tunnel his way to 5 points. The lower target struck, the sparks fly, and Bradley's Wheel of Fortune completes its first turn.
Next up to face lightning, it's Willie.
Willie looks ready for action, or is he?
I am not frightened of any event. Look at me. I've got to fill this up by tonight. I'm going to get muscles. Tonight, I will be a different man. I'm going to grow.
Willie Carson there, the smallest contender we've ever had on the show. And he's on horseback as well. Well, he doesn't start the favourite, but you never know. Willie, a tiny target for lightning. Oh, but she's got him. Willie Carson, a faller at the first. Lightning picks him off with ease. Glad I didn't back him.
Willie, I actually thought she was going to have a lot more trouble trying to get you because you're such a tiny little target.
Oh, it got me on the leg.
Oh, you felt it then?
Oh, I felt it all right. Very unfortunate. I was watching the first one, but I thought she wouldn't get me the second ball. But there we are.
Oh, we love him. Never mind, plenty more events. Let's hear it for Willie Carson.
Elaine, Willie's wife, on the right, applauding his 3 seconds of action.
Next up to run the danger zone, it's Mark. And he's going to be facing Hunter. Woo!
I'm going to get you.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
I'm ready. I'm going to come and get you, boy. Woo!
3, 2, 1.
Mark Spates, presenter of that great children's show, Scratchy & Co., faces the diabolical barrage from the magnificent Hunter, who's in his element here. Mark returns fire with the bolt just off target. Mark Spate knows his fate lies in speed, agility, and in the danger zone. The bazooka at the second station. Hunter, a superb sharpshooter. Mark wide and breaks for the rocket launcher. Less than 40 seconds to complete the course. And Mark with a battle cry. Either that or he's hurt his finger on the trigger. Oh, Hunter catches him on the bonce. Headshot from the Hunter. And Mark behaving doolally. I think the girlfriend Shula agrees.
Mark, unlucky there. I mean, you were unlucky with a few of your targets, aiming a little bit high. But he got you in the end, and on the head.
Yeah, well, I tried to headbutt it, you see. I thought, boom! Didn't work, I'm sorry.
Didn't hurt your head, though, did it, love?
No.
Of course not. Let's hear it for Mark!
Shula. That's her name, not me sneezing.
And next up against Hunter, it's Peter! over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Watch for the ball! Watch for the ball!
3, 2, 1!
The jockey on the ocky, and Peter Scudamore, MBE, former National Hunt champion. Already he's got further than Willie Carson. The crossbow aims low and back into the danger zone, sprints left to the long-barreled bazooka. Now a BBC commentator, he's certainly at the races here. Careful aim. Oh, Hunter's got him, and he's only just off target himself. Wife Marilyn, unimpressed. Hitman reigns supreme again. Peter's sons on the right, Tom and Michael giving their verdict on Dad's showing.
Where did he hit you?
On my arm.
Well, all's not lost. I do believe you've just picked up 2 points. Let's hear it for Peter. Well done.
2 stations means 2 points for Peter, but the glory is all Hunter's.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Peter's mistake was leaving part of his arm exposed. That's all the Hunter needs to finish it. After that sparkling opener, the Jokers have 8 points and the Jockeys have 2. And in case you're missing Jeremy Guscott and wondering where...
So now we move into our next event. And standing at the foot of the wall, it's Carl. He's going to be chased by lightning. He's got 15. Also getting ready to climb, it's Mr. Motivator. And he's going to be pursued by Rebel.
Jockey Carl Llewellyn knows what he's up against.
Well, I met Lightning already, she was the one I was worried about. But she's been following me around all day, giving me some advice, but I think I've just about shook her off.
While the Gladiator's Golden Girl brushes up on her wall technique, Mr. Motivator is looking forward to this.
Actually, it's more a question of what am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to climbing the wall, because the wall for me is a bit like climbing the ladder to success. It's full of obstacles, full of people trying to stop you getting up it, but when you get to the top, you can go, wow, it's brilliant.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle.
Lightning.
3, 2, 1.
15 seconds before the girls come after them, Carl Llewellyn in blue for the Jockeys and Mr. Motivator in red for the Celebrity team. Carl, a former Grand National winner, and this wall tougher to cope with than Beecher's Brook. Carl leads Mr. Motivator, Mr. to his friends. Jockey captain Bob Champion urging Carl up the wall. The girls are released and they have to get themselves up before the minute's up. Mrs. Motivator Sandra giving her old man some stick. Both guys on the central chimney. Carl with a good lead. He's going to secure the 10 points for a win. Encouragement from both captains waiting at the top. Carl wins it. Easy ride for the jockey. Mister's nearly there, way above Rebel, but he can't afford to hang about with that Rebel on his tail. Can Mister get there? Oh, snatches his ankle away from Rebel. 5 points for Mister. Bradley is there. Mrs. and Little Miss Motivator pleased it's over.
Well done, Carl.
Yes!
What do you feel like?
It was great, I had a good start, but I was a bit worried because Lightning's apparently the fastest.
Yeah.
But I had a good start till halfway.
What is it, Everest next?
No, I'll give it a miss.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now here's Bradley with Mister.
Derek, unbelievable, mate. I didn't think you was slipping and sliding there for a couple of bits.
From man of 44, I certainly showed her the way up there, didn't I?
I tell you what, you look fabulous up there.
Hey.
I love you. More points for us.
Give the kid.
Well, Rebel, that'll learn you for worrying more about your makeup.
Listen, I can't believe it. I'm sure someone up there was pulling him up. There's no way on earth you could have got there before me.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a bad loser, and I bet you just thought it was going to be a stroll in the park, didn't you?
Well, actually, he hasn't had much practice, so he's very, very quick, even though he had a 15-minute head start.
Ooh! Touché! Let's hear it for Lightning and for Rebel.
Looking at Mr. Motivator's lucky escape once again just shows how fast Rebel is on the wall. A despairing hand can't grab that ankle. Mr. M takes 5 points for second place. Paul Ross looks confident, or is it all front?
Good luck, Max. Right to top.
Mark Spate's encouragement clearly not having the desired effect.
Next up to climb the wall, it's Tony. He's going to be chased by Falcon. Also getting ready to rock and roll, it's Paul. He's going to be chased by Vogue.
Looks like Vogue could do with a decent night's sleep, but Paul Ross is powered up and powdered up.
It's been a fantastic day so far, although I'm a bit disappointed because I thought, right, I'm going to be going head-to-head, toe-to-toe, navel-to-navel with the Gladiators in the dueling with the pugil sticks, in the gutter, but they've wimped out. and wussed out. They're too frightened to meet us. So I'm really looking forward to clambering up that wall and kicking my dust into the face of the gladiator below me.
Well, Paul, you'll be glad to know we've passed that little information on to the gladiators, so good luck. Tony Dobbin, great name for a jockey, in the blue there. Paul in red. Paul's climbed the giddy heights as a TV and radio presenter. Now, can he tame this wall? Paul can handle a hangover. How well can he cope with an overhang? Tony, Grand National winner in 1997 aboard Lord Ghislaine. Right now, it's going to be more like Lord Elpis. The Glads are at him. Falcon on Tony and Vogue against Paul. Paul's wife and 3 daughters. That's a lot of shoes for Paul to buy. Tony well ahead of Falcon, but Paul's climbing expertise seems to have deserted him for the moment, making it easy for Vogue. He's dragging his heels and she's snapping at him. Tony Dobbin, the horseman from Downpatrick, is up and into the winner's enclosure. Bob's waiting for him. Vogue has Paul's shoe, but Paul can still score 5 if he makes it to the top or holds onto the wall for the remaining duration. Paul suggesting that Vogue keeps her hands to herself. Looks like she's got him by the gusset, but Paul's hanging on. 10 seconds to go. Oh, and Paul's gone. Swung out to dry by the legendary gusset-pulling technique of the Vogue.
Well done, Tony. Another 10 points for us. That's 20 on this round.
Excellent. We needed them all, didn't we? To be honest, I was worried when I was coming here for fear they were going to ask me to be a gladiator. I could just see it happening now, to be honest, you know.
Yeah, you're a little bit small, but you're very talented, so I suppose you'll be full-time next year.
There you go. I think that Falcon has a notion for me. I think that's why she let me up there so quick on my own.
Paul, I don't know why you put yourself through it, love.
I think the ego has landed, is all I can say. It's a long way up, but it's a lot longer down. I hate you.
I was going to say, the nicest thing was you trying to remove Vogue's hand from your behind.
This look suits the fuller and older figure, don't you think? The kind of Spice
I think less of the fuller, eh, Paul? And, I mean, he wasn't going to get there, was he, love?
Well, I'd actually had a little chat with him while we were up there and, you know, had to climb up the sign, have a little chat, and I was very nice to him, really. I mean, I didn't have to pull him off. I mean, I was waiting for something to, you know, jump on and pull him off, but I think...
You just flicked him off, didn't you,
I think I scared him.
I think you probably did. Let's hear it for Paul Ross and for Vogue and Falcon.
Paul trussed up in that harness like the last turkey in the window at Christmas. And after 2 events, it's horses for courses for the jockeys. They lead by 9 points.
And first up, it's Mr. Motivator. He's going to be racing against Fox. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, mount the pole.
Mr. M moves to get himself nicely mounted. That's by way of a head start.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready!
Huh. John Anderson, the only man in the world who can make saying the word red day last for half an hour. Mr. M's got the edge with that head start, climbing slowly but determined not to peg out on the pole. And Fox spiralling upwards at speed, catching Mr. M all the time. Not so much Motivator as Rotivator up there, and the Fox takes the lead. Mr. M can't find any speed, but the further he goes up, the greater will be his fall. Oh, good climb and a great win for the Fox. And Mrs. Motivator and Master Motivator disappointed. Thought the vixen needed fixing, but Mr. M wasn't up to it. Oh, well, 2 circuits to complete. Fox takes the lead and ensures that Mr. M's climb was completely in vain. A good old bang on the button and down he comes.
Oh, Mr. Motivator. Were you motivated or not?
Oh, well, the thing is, she was very good, wasn't she?
Does that surprise you?
Well, she's a bit younger than me, isn't she?
Everybody's a bit younger than you, love.
Now, be careful, my darling.
That was fantastic. Very fantastic.
Excuses, but Fox is sly, cunning and fast, and there's no way he's going to outrun me.
Oh, there won't be a next time. Away with you. Mr. Motivator and Fox.
And if you've been wondering why Ulrika's dressed up like someone taking part in Operation Desert Storm, don't write to me, I've no idea.
Next up on the poleaxe, it's Tony. And he's going to be facing Siren.
Jockey Tony's hands are chalked up, but earlier he admitted that the going on Gladiators was firm to hard.
It's extremely hard, yeah. I actually didn't think that we would be doing everything what they do, the contenders do, but we are, and it's very difficult.
3.
And they're under starters' orders. And they're off, and Siren sprints into action. The going good, looking to poleaxe Tony and give Dobbin a drubbing. But she's going to have her work cut out. And Tony's happier mounting horses than mounting poles, but he's faster than Mr. M. Half a turn in it as Siren powers herself into ever-decreasing circles. It looks like Tony's going to be on the button for the jockeys, presses the down button and cues the Siren to wail. Tony's girlfriend Vicky happy with that result. Tony kept his head and his lead to ensure that Siren was odds on for a fall. Have some of that. And it has to be said, those jockeys certainly are fit.
Way to go, Tony. That was fantastic. Oh. No, I'm all right. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Oh, that was fantastic. Well done.
Brilliant, yeah. It's great.
Where did you learn to do that?
Just today, actually. It's all the practice we've had.
Is it climbing on the horses that made you so good climbing up the pole?
No, I don't think so. We usually get a leg up on them.
Oh, well, I mean, they're just so fast, these little fellas.
Well, look at this. Look at his legs and the length of my legs. I just can't believe that you beat me up there. I just can't believe it.
I'm in.
Well, it's it doesn't say much for you, Siren, but let's hear it for Siren and Tony. Well done.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. These little legs beat me up the pole.
Next up, it's Sam. And he's going to be facing Gold.
The value of Gold as a gladiator goes up week by week, but Sam Kane's looking to whip her, as he told us earlier.
I'm actually looking forward a lot to the poleaxe because I've tried it out today and it's great fun getting up there, and I'm quite quick at it, so I hope I enjoy that when it comes to it.
Well, he may be camp on Brookside, but if you're married to Linda Lasari in real life, I think he's a man's man. Here he goes. Gold sets off to see if the Cane is able. A pole star in her own right. She knows Sam enjoys a daily workout in the gymnasium, so he's fit for anything the Glads can throw at him. Gold faltering as Sam continues his powerful climb. He's there, but Gold's nowhere. Hung out to twist in the wind. And the Sam fans know the brookie's a real tough cookie. Gold loses her peg 2/3 up, along with any chance of catching Sam. The Cane whacks the button, and the price of Gold plummets.
God, talk about milking it. My goodness, they'll be proud of you on brookie clothes, that's for sure.
You know what they say? They say, it's not the winning, it's the taking part. What a load of rubbish!
You're happy with your 10 points? Let's hear it for Gold and Sam!
Well, what can I say, love? You know, you have your winners and you have your losers.
Sam going off to milk it some more. The soap star getting Gold in a lather.
Last up on poleaxe, it's Carl. And he's going to be racing against Rocket. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, mount the pole.
So while Carl trots over to the pole, sorts out his footings, let's see how long John Anderson can make the word ready last this time.
Contender,
now. He's finished. Rocket spins into action and the chase is on. Rocket, a poleaxe specialist, so Carl Llewellyn needs to work those limbs if he's got any chance of beating her. There's Carl's agent, Chris, but Carl's half a turn ahead, and it looks to be enough. The red button will retract Rocket's climbing pegs, and she'll be left dangling on a string. And Rocket drops a ricket in not catching Carl and conceding 10 points. Rocket did well to eat into Carl's lead, but these Grand National winners are deceptively strong, and Carl blows her out. Good tenor from Carl. The jockey's happy with that. The celebs are not. This could turn ugly.
Well, what can I say? That was an absolutely superb performance. Oh, and there's a kiss around. Oh, my God, it's all happening here. That was fantastic. Well done.
Yeah, it didn't feel too good. Made a few mistakes.
What do you mean it didn't feel too good?
I slipped a few times.
It's not meant to feel good, I don't think.
I can do better than that.
Can you? Well, there's the challenge. And the word from the celebrity team is, call yourself a gladiator.
Well, Willie had a word with me and it really scared me. He said if I didn't let him win, he'd bash me down to his size. So, sorry, I just couldn't. He was really good, he was excellent.
He was absolutely superb. Let's hear it for
You've got to get a grip, love.
Let's hear it for Rocket and for Carl.
And Willie Carson, more like Frank Carson, as the jockeys celebrate their incredible lead. With 3 events gone, they have 42 points, the celebs 23.
On with our next event. And first up on Sumo Ball it's Willie Carson. And he's going to be facing Khan.
Well, that's about the long and the short of it. Willie's ridden shire horses that are smaller than Khan. Let's study the stats to see if there's any hope for Willie Carson in this event. Khan weights and measures amount to 1.93 m tall and a tonnage of around 114 kilos. Willie's only 42 centimetres shorter and a mere 65 kilos lighter, so I'd say his chances were, well, worse than nil.
Oh, no, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No,
Why,
no.
Willie, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I need a bit of help up here. I need help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give him some help.
Hey.
After all, Khan's twice his size.
I'm not
Now,
going
don't bully
down.
him, Willie. Don't bully him.
No. I just get a little bit of help and we'll
Okay,
push you right
we'll
off.
even this up.
Don't you worry about that. You're going off. Oh.
What's wrong, Khan? Khan, what's wrong? Well, we've got 3 up there. You're only going to take 2. What are we going to do about that then?
Oh, well, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Pity, man. Okay, right. Khan against the other 2.
Now, go on, boys.
His wife Elaine knows her Willie is just under 5 feet tall, so she's glad he's been substituted. Bob Champion and Peter Scudamore ready to rock and roll.
Gladiator, ready! Hit the strain.
And the jockeys are straining already, believe you me.
3, 2.
Khan puts his shoulder to the job at hand. 10 points to dislodge Khan in under 30 seconds, and Bob Champion and Peter Scudamore digging their heels in. The champion fans cheering the jockeys on, that's to say, cheering them to stay on. They pushed a few horses into the starting gates in their time, but never one with a backside the size of a sumo ball. They're standing their ground well, more than halfway through, and Khan's got his work cut out here. Almost at the edge, and he's not able to shift them. In fact, if anything, the jockeys have the advantage. They're used to staying the course, and that's what they're going to do here. Khan waves goodbye to the win, but a great result for the jockeys. Khan worked hard, but to no avail. The Jockeys Club thrilled with that. Well, let's take a look at this photo finish. And the jockeys stood their ground, and in the end, Khan was hanging on for dear life. An exceptional piece of horseplay from the small chaps.
Bob and Peter, huge congratulations. You didn't quite knock him off, so you picked up your 5 points, but that must be great.
Well, it was, actually. God, he's a big man, though, isn't he?
He certainly is. Well, you know, you're not that small yourself, Bob. What's this?
Well, it used to be a little bit bigger about 10 days ago, but I've been training hard since.
Did you enjoy this, Peter?
Yeah, flat stomach of a super fit sportsman, you see.
Absolutely. Let's hear it for Khan, Peter and Bob.
Good.
On now with our next event. And first up, it's Paul Ross. And tonight he faces Cobra and Hunter. Wolf and Ace.
Ah, showbiz.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
Oh, I wouldn't do that, Paul. You might hurt yourself. For every successful crossing, and no points if that happens. Paul swept from the bridge by that shot from Ace, and Paul wondering why he's here. Still, the kids have got to have shoes. Kerry, his wife, holding daughter Hermione, Violet and BB are there as well. While the Glad celebrate, Ulrika should commiserate.
Paul, not only were you a disappointment to your team, but you were an embarrassment to the human race.
And me family, and to anyone who knows me, I can only say, I'm sorry. Take me now, Lord.
Beam him up. Let's hear it for Paul Ross.
Quite rightly, Paul hangs his head in shame. While his team pretend to be sympathetic, just for Paul's benefit, let's see it again. He sets off, Ace launches his broadside, and Paul cannons straight into the swing ball and straight onto the mat. The Glads hardly worked up a sweat.
Next up to face the Gladiators, it's Bob Champion!
Earlier, Bob Champion, MBE, told us about the serious purpose of tonight's show.
I'm the reason everybody here is playing Gladiators. It is for my cancer trust, which basically the money will go to build a new research laboratory at the Royal Marsden to find cures in cancer.
And a good cause it is too. And we expect around £40,000 to be raised by tonight's efforts. Bob sets off. Remember, 2 points for every successful crossing, but Bob's gone now. Direct hit from the Wolfman, the champion, a faller at the second. 7,000 fans sing the anthem. Get your hands right, that's better. Here's Bob. And there's Wolf's fan.
Well, Bob, your team is still smiling and you're still smiling, but you didn't get very far, did you?
Didn't get very far at all.
I suppose you're a big target, Bob, aren't you?
Yeah, I am a big target, as you say.
Bit of a disappointment there.
It was a disappointment, but it's all fun. Everybody's here to compete and are enjoying themselves.
That's good to hear. Let's hear it for Bob and his team.
Well, at least Bob got further than Paul, about 3 feet further before Wolf's bombardment hits its target and sideswiped him off the bridge of size.
Next up on Hit and Run, it's Mark. And tonight, he faces Rio and Saracen. Rhino and Warrior.
And when we asked Mark Spate how he got dragged into all this, here's what he said.
Dragged into it? I didn't get dragged into it, I volunteered.
First thing you learn in the army, lovely boy, is never volunteer.
Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Mark, gingerly and slowly out. Oh, Warrior lets one go, and Mark's grabbed it. Mark's on the Gladiator platform. This will confuse John Anderson. Mark back to the bridge. Can he score anything at all? He parries Hunter, but Sarah gets him with a belter, makes his mark and serves up the Spate on a plate. Shula loves it. The Glads a little bemused, and Carl Llewellyn's supporters are highly delighted. No points for the celebs. Here's Mark to explain his unorthodox actions.
Well, I've never seen someone swinging on a ball like that.
Oh, right, okay, yes, well, anyway, the game. No, I thought, actually, I played them in their own game. I thought if I grabbed hold and swung them and knocked them off their podium, I'd get better. But it didn't work.
You're right, it didn't
Sorry,
work.
guys, I'm sorry.
You've let him down.
I really am sorry, Red Team. I'm sorry, Birmingham.
Go and stand in the corner. Let's hear it for Mark.
A weak opener from Warrior enabled Mark to hitch a lift to the Gladiator platform. After he'd enjoyed the view, Rhino and Warrior helped him back on his way, and it all looked highly promising. But when Mark saw the 2 points beckoning, he took his eye off the ball, got teed up by Rhino's volley, and ticked off by Sarah's.
Next up to face our Gladiators, it's Willie!
More power to his elbow, half an inch less than 5 feet. Neither squad can believe that a man as small as Willie, or let's face it, as old as Willie, actually wants to take part in Gladiators. But at least he can still get his leg over. That certainly impressed Tony Dobbin and Mr. M. Well, Willie is just walking the course before the off, and the going looks good to us. And certainly Willie's having a ball, as he mentioned to us earlier.
I've enjoyed this tremendously because I've got 9 grandchildren who are going to be watching, aren't you, little ones? And you're going to see Grandad do great things. And I'm really enjoying myself.
Little contender,
He may be a little contender, but he's got a big stable. 9 grandchildren. Lovely.
3, 2, 1.
And Warrior launches at Willie. Oh, and look at this. Willie ducks under Rhino's ball. Willie's staying low. This is a new one. Snaking his way along the bridge there. The balls can't get him down there, that's for sure. Saracen and Rio can't possibly get close. And at last, someone's got 2 points for a successful run. All right, then, a successful crawl. Receives the adulation of the crowd and starts out on his return journey. Defies Rio, knows that Sarah packs a punch, dispenses with Rio's ball and gets his head down, out of harm's way again. Can he score 2 more in less than 5 seconds? Rhino's ball can't possibly hurt him. Willie's down, but his 30 seconds are up. Question is, will the points stand for Willie Carson OBE as he crawls his way to safety? Willie's highly, or should I say lowly, unorthodox work acclaimed by the crowd. The celebs know they're in the presence of greatness. They are not worthy. Bradley and Mr. Motivator certainly aren't. Willie gets down to work very early, then crawls his way along the bridge, and there's nothing the Glads can do to stop him. The balls fly over his head, but will the ref allow the 2 points to stand? Talk about flaunting the rulebook.
Oh, Willie. Oh, Willie. Oh, Willie. Listen. No, stand up, love. Oh, you are standing up. Sorry. Listen. I mean, you took the rule book into your own hands there, I'm afraid.
Did I? Yeah. Well, when you're small as I am, you have to do these little sort of slight adjustments.
Well, you know what we say. All good things...
It's not always being big and strong.
No.
It's best.
No.
Little.
No.
Quality.
Yes.
Diamonds.
Yes.
On your hand.
Yes.
Sparkle.
Yes.
And poison doesn't come in big jars.
Where's this leading, Willie?
I'm not disqualified. No!
Well, I think you might find John Anderson has something to say about this, Willie.
I don't want to take any chances in this, but you're disqualified.
Hunter and Cobra have never held anything quite so small as this particular contender. The crowd giving it plenty, except those who are camera shy. Here's Willie, safe and well.
Happy Christmas.
And you too, mate. After 5 exciting and extraordinary events, the celebs remain on 23 in the game.
Well, a very hot welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time. Now, Bob Champion's team's fabulous performance have earned them a 19-point lead, which would give them a 9.5-second head start. Well, we like more exciting eliminators, so Bob, come and tell us what you're going to do.
Well, we've been deciding that we've got such a massive start and we've all had a great day. We're going to start off even Stevens.
Well...
It's all for charity, and we've all enjoyed it. It's for a very good cancer charity, and it'll be more fun for everybody, and we're all out there to enjoy ourselves.
Will you like that, Birmingham? Well, that's terrific, Bob. Thank you, that's great. I'll let you go off and get ready for your part of the eliminator and bring Carl in here to say, you know, you've been enjoying yourself, haven't you, tonight? Had a good show?
We've had a fantastic day, yeah. It's been absolutely brilliant.
Well, you would say that being the winning team so far.
Yeah, well, we're generous, aren't we? Letting them start beside us. Sure.
Now, Mr. Mo, are you going to win?
Of course. It's obvious. The best team always wins. Isn't that right, gang?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait to find out which will be the best team. The best of luck to the two of you, and I'll see you both at the end.
The route to the loot. Mr. Motivator for the celebs will start it off alongside Tony Dobbin for the jockeys. After the first net, they'll hand to Mark Spade and Carl Llewellyn. Following the trapeze, the relay continues with Sam Kane and Peter Scudamore. After the zip line, they hand on to Paul Ross and Willie Carson. And after the seesaws, the anchor men who'll attack the travelator of the captains, Bradley Walsh and Bob Champion. Well, the crowd have still got plenty of energy. Question is, have the competitors? Still, if the cap fits, wear it, even if it doesn't fit.
Celebrities and jockeys, you will both go on my whistle. 3, 2.
So we're all saddled up and ready for the off. It's Mr. Motivator for the celebs and Tony Dobbin for the jockeys. Tony usually tackles the jumps on horseback, but he's doing well against Mr. M. Tony leads, Mr. M second, and they bounce the trampets together for the quick short climb. Mr. M has the height advantage, but Tony's quick on the nets. Over the top, and Mr. M's dropped first. He'll hand on to Mark Spate, but Mr. M's down. His lead all but vanishes. Carl Llewellyn takes over from Tony Dobbin and gets the better of Mark. Great stuff from Carl, first to the hand ladder. Carl supporters on the edges of their seats while Carl's on the verge of finishing his ladder. Touches down for the trapeze swing over the Valley of Death. A great leg from Carl for the jockeys as Peter Scudamore takes it up, and Sam Kane for the celebs. And Peter's wife Marilyn with her 2 sons loving every minute of this. Peter tops the cargo net, scampers to the zip line. The jockeys have control of this eliminator now. Sam Kane finishes his climb. Peter on the zip, the fastest part of the course, onto the crash mat, where he'll pass over to Willie Carson. Sam Kane on the zip now. The splashdown so important. Willie Carson on the stand side, seesaws his way over the first obstacle. Still plenty of running in the old fella. All the kids have got to choose Ross struggling with his balance. The Ross family cheering him on. Willie hands on to anchorman Bob Champion. Bob treats the travelator with contempt to scoot to the top and secure victory for the jockeys through the burst for a fabulous win. The crowd goes bananas. Bradley throws himself at the paper burst. Great effort from the celebs.
You're the champion of champions. Your team, your excellent, superb team of jockeys have won our celebrity special. Here's your cup, and here's £5,000. And Mr. Walsh, he's so excited, he can't contain himself. You, of course, too, will be receiving £2,500.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about it is, you know, it's all for charity. That's why we're here. We've had a real good day, lads, haven't we?
Brilliant.
We've had a good day, lads?
Yeah.
Yeah, been excellent. Thanks, everyone, for coming. We've really enjoyed it.
Well, we've had a superb time here on Gladiators. We're all hot and sweaty. The action has been superb. The eliminators were terrific. Please join us next week or as soon as we can for more action here on Gladiators.